Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Carshénah with versefilmsproductions, and you made it back to another kill count. That is right, this is our kill count continuing series where we go through a lot of the horror films that's streaming today and we count the kills. That is right. So today's kill count is going to start off with Halloween Kills. What can I say about Halloween Kills? I can say a lot. Michael Myers returns in this 2021 version of Halloween, the continuation, and boy, does this franchise continue. I mean, this franchise never dies. Jamie Lee Curtis has one of the best contracts in Hollywood. Why? She is the final girl of final girls. Like, she will live on. Like, she can be 80 and still be whipping Michael Myers' butt. And I'm saying to her, kudos to you. So let's go ahead and get started with our kill count for Halloween Kills.
Congratulations to Michael Myers for achieving a personal best murder score in Halloween Kills. And the survival of Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, once again setting up the Strode versus Myers showdown for 2022's Halloween Ends in the franchise. The second chapter in director David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy, Halloween Kills, delivered an incredibly high body count. Perhaps most surprising, not every kill was caused by the hand of Michael Myers, played by actor James Jude Courtney. But yes, most were. With a name like Halloween Kills, movie fans of the franchise and slasher fanatics expect a bloodbath, and they get one. Produced by Universal Pictures and clocking in at 1 hour and 45 minutes long, the 12th movie in the series quickly earns its title and gives its fan-favorite boogeyman plenty of new tools and weapons to kill his victims with. As a result of all the carnage that takes place in the film, the movie quickly sets a franchise record in terms of body count, but also gives Myers more victims in one movie alone than any other slasher movie villain in horror movie history. The movie topped the box office on opening weekend in October of 2021 with a whopping $50 million, in spite of being simultaneously released for streaming on Peacock. In fact, the latest Halloween sequel ushered in another big number for the franchise, and it's Michael Myers who deserves all the credit. Halloween Kills has the highest death count of any film in the Halloween franchise. Myers achieved a personal best in the number of kills executed in this film, and it's enough to set the record for the most kills at the hands of any slasher in mainstream horror movie history. The closest to the new record is Victor Crowley's 22 kills from Hatchet 3. However, that falls a little outside of mainstream horror, so if you've seen Hatchet 3, then you're part of my horror movie crew. So the next most murderous is 22 kills by Jigsaw in Saw 3D, followed by 21 kills by Jason Voorhees in Jason X. Even though the Friday the 13th slasher franchise has the most consistently high kill count, Michael Myers, too, isn't that far behind. And so far, with his new entry of the film franchise, he's now the murder champ. The kills are some of the most gory and inventive that we've ever seen from Michael Myers. And let's just say the third act in the movie is where the most murders occur as Michael Myers is unleashed. Let's go ahead and start our kill count with this Halloween Kills edition. As with any other kill count in my series, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen 2021's Halloween Kills that's currently streaming on HBO Max as of today's date, then you can either mute me and watch the count, or keep watching if you already have seen the movie or are rewatching it to follow along and listen to the official details of each kill. Here we go. The opening of Halloween Kills picked up from the events of 2018's Halloween. 1. Oscar, the trick-or-treater. Oscar, friend of Cameron's, is the first trick-or-treater assumed to be killed by Michael, where he was stuck on the spike fencing. We later find out that this trick-or-treater was the son of a townswoman who came to the hospital looking for her son in the fray of the news story getting out that Michael Myers was back in town and on a killing spree. Now, we don't know if this is one of the unknowns of the 4, but I'll get into that in just a moment. Cameron stumbles upon Officer Hawkins on his walk to find Allison. Officer Hawkins flashed back to the reason for his personal vendetta in stopping Myers. On Halloween of 1978, when the first ever Halloween film took place and Michael Myers was originally called The Shape, a young Hawkins, played by actor Thomas Mann, and fellow officer McCabe, played by actor Jim Cummings, investigated the original Myers house when searching for Michael after his murderous actions early that night. Number 2, Officer McCabe. McCabe commented on how all he could remember about Michael as children was how he would stand at his sister's window, looking out onto the streets of Haddonfield. While the significance of that observation came into play multiple times during Halloween Kills, it turned out to be McCabe's last, when he stood in that same exact spot where Michael lunged at him. Intent on killing his childhood friend, Officer Hawkins raced in and tried to stop Michael, but ended up shooting McCabe in the carotid artery instead. McCabe bled out on the floor as Hawkins tried to reassure his partner he got Michael too. Kill count 3 through 13. 11 firefighters. Following Hawkins' flashback, Halloween Kills returned to the blaze set at the end of Halloween and its immediate aftermath. Laurie, her daughter Karen, played by actress Judy Greer, and granddaughter Allison rode to the hospital on the back of a pickup truck when Laurie heard sirens from fire trucks racing to respond to it, and she screamed for them to let it burn. If only they could have heard her. After 2 firefighters inside the burning house died at the hands of Michael Myers while searching for survivors. Still in his mask, Michael exited the burning house and was confronted by 9 firefighters waiting outside. Michael killed each and every one of them in brutal fashion, none coming close to even taking him down. Kill count 14 through 17, Sandra and Phil, and then there was 4 unknown others. While the movie depicted the deaths of Sandra and Phil, a couple whose home Michael invaded to evade detection, it's revealed on the news later that 4 people were killed on that street. Unfortunate neighbors in the masked Michael Myers path at the wrong time. As with most horror movies, rather than making the rational decision to run the opposite direction, Phil went to investigate and ended up with his neck impaled on a broken window. Sandra made a run for it, but couldn't get the kitchen door unlocked in time, and Michael stabbed her. Now, this is where the first one, Oscar, for the opening, do we assume that he is part of this 4, or is he in addition to? So, we're just going to say that he is separate from the actual other 4 that was broadcast by the news. Kill count 18, Dennis. Dennis was another off-screen kill, but one with a chilling impact. Halloween Kills answered the question of why Michael Myers doesn't kill children by proving the premise of this question false. Dennis was wearing a skull mask in the previous Big John, Little John scene, the same bloodied mask Michael carried with him later when the kids explained to Lindsay that Dennis was missing. Now, Lindsay did survive. The implication was clear. Michael killed the boy, by far the youngest victim of the film. Kill count 19 through 21. Marion, Marcus, and Vanessa. Marion met her new end in an homage to when Michael attacked her when she was a nurse, working with Dr. Loomis, Michael's first psychiatrist in the original movie. Marion died bravely, trying to fend off Michael with a gun that unfortunately ran out of bullets at the worst time. Marion was with the newcomers, Marcus and Vanessa, a nurse and doctor, dressed as a doctor and nurse respectively for Halloween when she died. Michael got the better of Marcus inside the same car. He killed Marion in. Then, when Vanessa shot at him from outside the car, he knocked the door into her arm, causing Vanessa to shoot herself in the head. Now, technically, yes, Michael killed her, but sort of, kind of, because he just knocked the door and she just couldn't fire and it shot her in the face. So, but I'm going to give that one to Michael. Kill count 22 through 23. Big John and Little John. Big John and Little John were the couple currently residing in Michael Myers' former house. In another instance of horror irrationality, the Johns realized there was someone else in their home. Now, this is where you leave, but their rational thought was to what? Choosing not to leave and call the police resulted in the inevitable demise of both Johns, who Michael made short work of. Kill count 24. Lance Tovalle. Lance Tovalle, the fellow escaped convict seen playing chess in the preceding Halloween movie, was the second victim to die not at the hands of Michael himself. An incensed mob suspected Tovalle could be Michael without his mask. They chased him through the corridors of the medical facility before Tovalle jumped out of a high-floor window, killing himself, so he could prevent the townspeople from getting to him first. Kill count 25 through 26, Lonnie and Cameron. Lonnie realized all the deaths that occurred were leading in one direction, back to Michael's family home. Rather unwisely, again, here we go, unwisely, he decided to then take his son and his son's girlfriend there. Lonnie, despite bringing the teens to where he believed a serial killer was hiding, told them to stay in the car while he headed inside on his own to confront Michael without backup. I mean, how stupid can you get? Again, another case of irrationality in horror films, but you just go with it. Cameron found his dad stuffed in the attic's drop downstairs. Michael then attacked both teens and broke Cameron's neck on the railing to the upper floor landing on his way downstairs to finish off a now injured Allison. Kill count 27 through 34, Tommy Doyle and Sheriff Brackett, and 6 others. After rescuing Allison by luring Michael out of the house to kill her instead, Karen baited Myers into chasing her to an alley behind the house where a Haddonfield mob waited to serve justice to Michael. Sheriff Brackett, the original sheriff from 1978, whose daughter was killed by Michael, and the mob took turns shooting and beating Michael and got him down on the ground to finish him off. I guess they didn't see Zombieland where you do, a double tap, but I digress. The moment Karen departed, however, Michael got his second wind and viciously killed at least 6 members of the attacking mob, Sheriff Brackett and, yes, finally Tommy. Tommy put up a rather disappointing fight. I mean, it was kind of weak. For all his macho bravado depicted throughout the movie, Michael got him in the end. Kill count 35, Karen. Now, this is a controversial one. I actually wanted her to die only because she was whiny, she kept not believing, and then she kept just trying to dull the pain of that Michael Myers is not real. So I kind of felt like, you deserve to die. She was in denial that Michael Myers was even real. She was in denial that her mother was fighting for her life. She was in denial that she was in danger. Even seeing Michael himself kill her husband and injure her mom and her daughter. I mean, she kept whining about it. So I kind of felt like this was a justice kill. But nevertheless, she did redeem herself towards the end, but then it just went downhill from there. Thinking Michael was dead, Karen stood outside the house with injured daughter Allison when she stared up at the bedroom window where Michael would stand. She saw a vision of Michael as a young boy the night he killed his sister. Karen went inside the house to that very same spot where Michael would stand. And just like Officer McCabe did, Karen died in the very same spot. The moment she looked out the window, Karen saw the reflection of Michael standing behind her. Allison then watched in horror from outside as Michael murdered her mom. Now, another part of the movie that you turn and say, stop watching your mom get knifed to death, and point and tell people to go back to the house to finally shoot Michael and trap him. But she doesn't. And we get the setup for the next part of the trilogy of this new revised sequel. Presumably, Laurie will go out in a blaze of glory, avenging her daughter's demise while passing the franchise torch to Allison being the final girl. Hawkins and surprising survivor Lindsay could play significant roles too, though are less likely to survive than Allison, who would take up the mantle as sole surviving Strode, having lost everyone she ever loved. So if you follow along with me, that's a total of 37 overall shown in the movie Halloween Kills. Total 35 to include on and off screen by Michael, assumed by Michael. So here we go. Let's break it down once again. There were 2 not by Michael at all. 29 by Michael on screen that you can see that are confirmed. Then there were 6 off screen assumed to be killed by Michael, which included the 4 neighborhood news stories, plus the fence opener, which was Oscar, and the playground dentist. 1 suicide, Lance Tovalle, and then 1 flashback to move the storyline along that adds to the 1978 original count, Officer McCabe. So in total, there's 37 shown on screen, with 29 by Michael on screen confirmed by his hands. So drop down to the comments and let me know how you feel about this kill count in Halloween Kills. Let me know, did I go over them all? I think I did. And officially, this is the kill count for Halloween Kills. Enjoy.
Thanks everyone for watching our kill count here on the channel. That is right, I'm so excited to be counting down the kills in our favorite horror films. That's right, brand new and our classics. So make sure that you tune in, subscribe, like, and share to follow along to see if you can count along with us for some of the best kills in these horror films. I'm Carshénah with Versefilmsproductions, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.